Today is Monday, November 28th, 2022, and I've been doing my best since the inception of Derapy to mention Trump as little as possible because, well, since this show began, he's been either not the president or banned off social media entirely. He also sucks. I just don't feel like we need to talk about him since he's really not relevant or affecting our day-to-day life. Well, today I have good news, or bad news, depending on who you are. Could be the worst news ever. Anyways, here's news. Trump decided a few weeks ago to announce he's running for president in 2024. I know. Oh, okay. Whatever. It's fine. It seems kind of early, but whatever. So he does this speech that runs like an hour where he's announcing that he's going to be running and he's going to make America great and glorious again. It's really cringy stuff. The point is, actually, I hear the speech was so long and so boring, very out of character for Trump, by the way, for it to be boring. Even Fox News cut it off before he ended. Damn. So that's kind of wild. But ever since then, I just went back to not really caring or paying any attention to what Trump does. He's over on Truth Social. I'm on Twitter all the time, so I don't really care what he does. And every couple of days or every week or so, someone gets something trending that says Trump is finally going to be arrested, or this or that is finally going to be the thing that gets people to see that Trump is truly an evil, evil man. And usually for me, it just kind of goes in one ear and out the other. But finally, Trump, our boy Donald, he reportedly met with somebody that made me, Derek, finally realize,
wait a minute,
Trump might actually be like a serious problem.
It was better for them too, number one, but number two, who cares? Who cares? You know, enough with the Jim Crow stuff. Who cares? What? Oh, they had to drink out of a different water fountain. Big fucking deal.
Jesus Christ.
Oh no, they had to go to a different school. Their water fountain in that famous picture was worse. Who cares? Grow up, drink out of the fucking water fountain. It's water, it's the same. You know, and, you know, even if it was bad, who cares? Who cares? It's better. It's better in general. We all agree it was better for them. It's better for us. Better in general.
Oh my God.
So yeah, Trump met with this guy, and that is going to be the topic of today's Derapy. Season 3 of 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 Derapy. It's season 3. So, to be fair to Trump, which he doesn't deserve, but just for the sake of journalism.
Right.
I do have to mention that Trump decided to make a statement saying that the kid that you just heard in that clip talking about how we should get over Jim Crow, and actually we should be happy that it happened because frankly it was better for us. By us, I mean black people. I'm black.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Obviously very offensive stuff. But Nick Fuentes is this crazy political commentator kid. He's like 20-something, I believe. Editor Derek, check it for me.
The kid's 24 years old.
This article that I will have linked in the description says that Trump did not know that Nick Fuentes was going to be meeting with him. The meeting was just supposed to be between Donald Trump, our former president, and very sane, very calm, very intellectual person, well-known guy, you might know him, Kanye West. So Trump was hosting Kanye at Mar-a-Lago, where Trump resides, and he said that he was just trying to help out. Hold on, let me find the quote. 1 second. Trump says, and I quote,
"So I help a seriously troubled man who just happens to be black, yay, who has been decimated in his businesses and virtually everything else."
This is Trump. This is his direct words. He says,
"And who has always been good to me by allowing his request for a meeting at Mar-a-Lago, alone, so that I can give him very much needed advice. He shows up with 3 people, 2 of which I didn't know, the other a political person who I haven't seen in years."
So Kanye was showing up there to ask Donald Trump to be his running partner. So the idea is that Kanye is pulling up to Mar-a-Lago to tell Trump, hey, as you know, me, the Kanye West, I'm running for president in 2024. I don't know. You might have heard. Maybe you don't care. I don't know. But I was wondering if you wanted to be my vice president, if you wanted to run alongside me. So first of all, the implication is that Kanye wants to run as a member of the Republican Party, first of all, because he's for all intents and purposes, he's GOP, he's Republican. So Kanye wants Donald Trump on his ticket. That alone is already insane. But then also, the Nick Fuentes kid, Kanye brings him along for some reason. And Nick Fuentes has been on record saying some like not super nice things about Donald Trump. Also, Trump trying to claim that Kanye brought people and he didn't know he was going to. Donald Trump, regardless of what you may think about him, he was the president. So he has a pretty wide, he has a lot of access to resources like security and people that would look into anybody that's going to be entering his home. The idea that Kanye could just bring people that Trump has never seen or heard of, I mean, do I really have to like go out of my way to explain to you why I think Trump is lying?
No.
Let's give Trump the benefit of the doubt, hypothetically, and say that Kanye was bringing somebody that Trump has never heard of. First of all, why are you letting strangers into your home as a former president? Like, don't you know people don't like you?
Fuck Donald Trump.
Like, people don't like you at all.
Fuck Donald Trump.
Like, did they even search the kid? Did they pat him down? Like, you were the president. You can't just be meeting with random people. Also, Kanye himself is kind of unhinged.
My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah, I'm appreciate you.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son.
The idea that he would just bring somebody that you didn't expect shouldn't have been something that would go over Trump's head, but maybe I'm giving Trump too much credit.
Yeah.
Now, let's say that Trump does know who Nick Fuentes is, because according to this article, Trump said himself,
He shows up with 3 people, 2 of which I didn't know, the other a political person who I haven't seen in years.
so the Nick Fuentes kid, he may be that political person, so maybe Trump did know him, and if he did, then that just kind of means Trump is everything that everybody's been saying that he is for a while. So what I kind of want to talk about further is who Nick Fuentes is, where he came from, and why him having this meeting with Donald Trump is, to me personally, like the worst. It's probably like the worst person Trump could possibly meet with, because people love to bring up things like, oh, Trump's had meetings with Kim Jong-un and said he was like a cool guy, or Trump has met with Putin and said that he like respects him or whatever. Look,
Where?
as the president of the United States, you have to meet with leaders of foreign countries. And in order for them to like not hate you, you have to say some things that are not terrible about them for the sake of like world peace. So believe it or not, I'm giving Trump a pass for that. He was the president. You got to meet with bad people. These things happen. But to have Ye at your place to talk crazy and bring this crazy kid, Nick Fuentes.
What a sick joke.
It's just like adding to a long list of unforgivable things that Trump has done. But let's talk about Nick Fuentes. So in order for us to get a good idea of who Nick Fuentes is, I'm going to hit up good old Wikipedia, and I'm going to read you some things from there about our boy Nick. Now, Wikipedia is not the world's most reliable source, so if there's anything that we need to verify, I will cite a specific source outside of Wikipedia just to make sure we're giving the kid a fair shake, even though he doesn't deserve one. We're going to do it anyways for the sake of journalism. So Wikipedia comes in hot. Nicholas Joseph Fuentes is an American white supremacist, political commentator, and live streamer. Could you imagine if the first words that somebody used to describe you as a human being is white supremacist, American white supremacist? So American white supremacist, political commentator, and live streamer, a former YouTuber. His channel was permanently suspended in February of 2020 for violating YouTube's hate speech policy.
This is confirmed in an article from the Daily Dot that I will link in the description.
Wikipedia also says that he holds anti-Semitic views and denies the Holocaust. Now, these are pretty serious allegations. So instead of just reading you an article or reading from this Wikipedia page, let's actually find a clip of our boy Nick here talking down the Holocaust. Let's see if we can find it.
Cookies, and Cookie Monster has 15 ovens, working 24 hours a day, every day for 5 years. How long does it take Cookie Monster to make 6 million batches of cookies? I don't know. That's a good question. Certainly, oh, no. It doesn't really sound correct to me. Wait a second. It takes 1 hour to cook a batch of cookies, and you have 15 ovens, probably in 4 different kitchens, right? Doing 24 hours a day, every day for 5 years. How long would it take you to make 6 million? I don't know. It certainly wouldn't be 5 years, right? The math doesn't seem to add up there. The math doesn't quite seem to add up there. I don't think you'd result in 6 million, maybe 200 to 300,000 cookies. And I think the Red Cookie Association said something like that, probably 200 to 300,000 cookies baked, probably. And in addition,
Yeah, so that's Nick.
Men are trash.
The guy that met with the former president of the United States, kind of just casually joking about the Holocaust, comparing it to Cookie Monster cooking cookies in an oven.
Baking?
And also denying the true figures and the true horrors of the actual Holocaust. And he goes into like a lot more detail, breaks down the analogy much further just to truly drive home the point that the Holocaust isn't what we all believe and know that it is. But, Wikipedia's got some more on them that I'd be more than happy to verify, just so we truly understand just the type of person that we're dealing with, the type of person that that's granted a meeting with the president of the United States. Not like a foreign leader that, might be kind of an evil person, commit war crimes, but it's just different where they are. And, we kind of understand that it's for the sake of world peace. We have to, just some 24-year-old kid that is given the privilege of being in the presence of the United States president. So back to our Wikipedia article here. Nick Fuentes self-identifies as a member of the incel movement.
No way.
Don't really need any more additional elaboration there.
Yeah.
And he also calls himself a supporter of authoritarian government and as a Catholic, integralist, and Christian nationalist. Just a few more things from this Wikipedia article that I find relevant to our boy Nick.
Okay.
Nick Fuentes was an attendee and speaker at events preceding the 2021 United States Capitol attack. No surprise there. In fact, I found some even more wonderful evidence of Nick Fuentes's kind of affiliation with the ideas and concepts surrounding what ultimately led to the January 6th attack on the Capitol. This is according to an ADL.org article.
Link to the description.
On January 4th, Fuentes posted a video on D Live tactfully urging followers to kill state legislatures before he seemed to backpedal. Quote,
What can you and I do to state legislators besides kill them? Although I'm not advising that. But I mean, what else are you going to do?
What the hell?
That's not a great look. In the lead up to January 6th, Fuentes received an estimated $250,000 in donations supporting his attendance at the rally in Washington, D.C. And this article even shows a screenshot of Nick Fuentes' official Twitter account stating,
I will return to Washington, D.C. to rally for President Trump on January 6th.
great kid.
But wait, there's more.
Following the Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization decision that overturned Roe v. Wade in June of 2022, Fuentes praised the Supreme Court of the United States, stating that
The Supreme Court has a blueprint to revisit all those decisions and say, guess what? It's not in there. So that means that banning gay marriage is back on the menu. Banning sodomy is back on the menu. Banning contraceptives is back on the menu.
Hate men.
And basically, we're having something like Taliban rule in America, in a good way.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
I think Nick Fuentes is the worst person, maybe, possibly. And what does this have to do with Donald Trump? You know, yeah, they met, but like, what does that even really mean? So this is according to Kanye West, who is what I like to call, in the School of Journalism, we like to call a primary source, because Kanye West was literally there. This is what Kanye said about Trump and this kid, Nick Fuentes, meeting.
It was the fact that I walked in with intelligence. So Trump is really impressed with Nick Fuentes.
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
I don't even... So if Trump knew who Nick Fuentes was before he got there, it's already awful. It's terrible based on everything that we know about Nick Fuentes, everything that I've explained to you, showed to you, let you hear today. But even if Trump didn't know who he was, the fact that Nick Fuentes had a meeting, a dinner with Donald Trump and Kanye leaves that conversation saying that Trump was very impressed with him. Impressed with what? Just what? What does Nick Fuentes stand for that Trump could be impressed with that isn't
Dog shit.
like god awful? That's all I really have to say about that. Knowing that Nick Fuentes, the worst kid ever, had this meeting with Trump. Kanye was in attendance. There's a picture of Kanye with the kid like in the airport, him and Nick Fuentes together. I don't know what they're talking about. I want to believe that Kanye just simply doesn't know everything about Nick Fuentes, like the clips of him talking about how black people had it better during Jim Crow. That sounds like the type of person that Kanye would punch unprovoked, or at least you assume he would. So I want to give Kanye the benefit of the doubt. But Kanye, I'm actually struggling. I'm at a loss for words. It's just hard for me to imagine that Kanye doesn't know exactly what makes a controversial person controversial. I have to assume that Kanye knows who this kid is. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in an airport together. They wouldn't be traveling together. Kanye West brought him to the former president. What do you want me to do with this stuff? How does anybody defend any of this stuff? When it comes to Trump generally, I'm always thinking, you know what? Maybe he's not racist. Maybe he's not a white supremacist. Yeah, he's obviously objectively a jerk.
Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Maybe that's what I said.
That reporter he is talking about is Serge Kovaleski, who now works for the New York Times. As you can see right there, he suffers from a chronic condition that impairs movement of his arms. A Times spokesman says they find it outrageous that Trump would ridicule the man's appearance.
But I don't think he is this evil, Hitlerian, racist monster that everybody's saying he is. Here's my conclusion, all right? Trump might not be a racist, but he doesn't mind kicking it with him. Trump might not be a white supremacist, but he's down with white supremacists. So, I mean, if you are who your friends are, what does that make Trump, you know? And Kanye's no better. That's all I really have to say about that. When I started this episode, I was in a much better mood, but the more articles I read for the sake of, journalism, the more I listen to this kid talk, it's just kind of infuriating. The more I think about Kanye and how he had this great legacy of music and now this stuff is what we're talking about, it's sad all around. I hate the fact that I even know who Nick Fuentes is. I hate the fact that Kanye is just ruining his legacy with this stuff. I already had no love for Donald Trump, but now I'm like kind of dipping my toe in the waters of hatred for this man because he's willing to, oh my God, I hate saying this, give a platform to people that are spreading horrible things. Whether Trump knew who this kid was or not before he arrived, the fact that he left that meeting being impressed with him, showing any type of favor towards the kid at all, it's horrible. So, yeah. I look forward to seeing you all on Wednesday. Hope you, I don't want to say enjoyed this episode of Derapy, but I hope you learned something. You took something away from it. If you are questioning a single thing that I said in this show, ethically speaking, like, dog, are you good? But if you're just talking about sources and where all this information is coming from, I have all of the sources cited in the description of this show. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe, like this. And if you're still listening, love you, mean it. Enjoy the outro.
I miss the old Kanye, straight from the gold Kanye. Chop up the soul Kanye, set on his goals Kanye. I hate the new Kanye, the bad mood Kanye, the always rude Kanye, spaz in the news Kanye. I miss the sweet Kanye, chop up the beats Kanye. I gotta say, at that time I'd like to meet Kanye. See, I invented Kanye, it wasn't any Kanye. And now I look around and there's so many Kanyes. I used to love Kanye, I used to love Kanye. I even had the pink polo, I thought I was Kanye. What if Kanye made a song about Kanye? Call I Mr. Old Kanye. Man, that'd be so Kanye. That's all it was, Kanye. We still love Kanye, and I love you like Kanye loves Kanye.